welcome back for another whiskey review. Today looking at this single cask release from the Glendronach, distilled in 1994, part of their batch 18, released in 2020, aged for 26 long years in an Oloroso sherry batch. Now this one is a 676 bottle released and bottled at a 51.4% ABV. Now, in some of the videos I've done about the Glendronach single cask, I've gone on about the color, and look at this one, very deep in the color. Long time in Oloroso sherry cask, natural color. In previous videos I have talked about it at length, how much I love the deep natural color you can gain from high quality sherry cask, which Glendronach seem to be able to find continuously. Oh, look at that color, it's so dark. There's something magical about it. Wow. Now, there's a debate out there. I mean, it's people's own thoughts. What's the optimal age for aging whiskey? You know, obviously we all tend to drink a lot of officially bottled whiskies, which are around that 12 to 18. Occasionally you get a 21-year-old. And if you spend a lot of money, you might get a 25, 30-year-old. But they are all watered down, so you can't really get a good idea for what's happening. Just my thoughts. But something like this, at 26 years old, which is a long time. 1994 was a long time ago. In fact, I was only 10 years old in 1994. Never thought I'd be sitting here today. Is that right? As a young Ash Palmer, nosing this whiskey. 26 years older. One thing I want to say, compared to the 1992 release 28-year-old, this one's a lot more fruitier on the nose. A lot more of the raisin is available on the nose. Maybe a hint more of the oak character as well. And definitely the cinnamon is there. Wow. The spice is just very pleasing. Sweet spice. This is what you might say is closer to, in my books, being a fruitcake. You know, that sort of Christmas cake kind of character. There is some of the other dry fruits present on the nose as well. You get a bit of walnuts, maybe a bit of almonds. Wow. Maybe the slightest hint of dark chocolate. And this is interesting. For whatever reason, I have recorded these reviews in reverse, and I will choose later in what order I'm going to upload them onto YouTube. But I've managed to review the 28-year-old, the 1992 first, and now I'm trying the younger one, and this one seems a lot more balanced and has a lot more of that spice versus sweetness balance. Seems to has it right. In saying that, you can't really make a definitive comment or idea for a whiskey after having it in your glass for 8 minutes or 9 minutes. But the sweetness is just, oh, immense. And the spice, wow. Opening up a little bit more as well. Wow. Right, time for a sip. Oak and spice. Wow. Very rich sweetness. Very oily. The spice is a lot more evident. And tonight's been an amazing journey for me. I'm reviewing 6 different single cask Glendronachs. This is number 5 I've reviewed now. So far I've done 3 Pedro Jimenez, and this is the second Oloroso sherry one. And when I reviewed the last Pedro Jimenez one, I kind of thought, I'm starting to like this Pedro Jimenez journey, even though I like Oloroso more. But this one in particular is reminding me why I like and prefer Oloroso sherry cask aged whiskies. They provide that bit more of the spice, which I prefer. It's just my own liking. The sweetness is there. It's probably not as profound sweetness as the Pedro Jimenez can give you, but the spice and the sweetness balance is just gorgeous. Really, really good. Alright, well, let's see what Glendronach has to say about their own whiskey. It's so rich in flavors. Wow. I somehow prefer, let's the word they use, cheaper. Slightly cheaper in dollars whiskey and in age compared to the other one, which takes nothing off the other one. I just prefer this one. So these guys reckon on the nose, rounded and rich toffee, sherry and butterscotch, orange peel and baked apple, and on the palate, stewed apple, candied grape with mocha and lingering baked orange. Not quite getting that sort of orange they've said a couple of times now, but I do get that subtle hint of coffee or mocha. So chewy in the palate. It's lingering. I can feel it in the back of the palate. Wow. And the oak. So good. To me, somehow, this 26-year-old seems a lot more balanced. Something, if I forgot to say before, it is at 51.4% ABV. So, it's not super high in ABV, which makes it a bit challenging sometimes. Whiskies are high ABV, much past 55%. Even I struggle with sometimes. You do have to add a drop of water. These whiskies are quite precious and rare, so I did not want to add any water for the purposes of these reviews, and wanted to nose and sip them without any water. But this was very, very balanced, and it's kind of hit that middle sweet spot somehow. Really, really good. Quite enjoying it. Well, that's all I've got to say about this particular whiskey. If you are liking the content, please like, share and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the very near future with another whiskey review. See you later. Bye bye.